Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division video today by me, Vulcan. Today I have for you game 2 in a best of 3 between Walther and Gonzo, and this is round 1 of Chickendew's European tournament. So, in the first game we saw Gonzo defeat Walther with his Panzer Lehr against Walther's first Panzerner. Gonzo, just really aggressive play early on, sort of nullified what's supposed to be the advantage for the first Panzerner. They do very well in A and B normally, and that's where they will find their advantage. But Gonzo didn't allow that to happen, so he managed to take that game from Walther. We now have the second game, which is going to be on Carpiquet. Walther's going to be taking out the 3rd Canadian, and then we have Gonzo on the 116th Panzer. Now, the last game I was a bit overwhelmed with how fast the game went. It was crazy to see action all over the place, and I hope we see that again in this one. We'll have to wait and see, of course, whether or not maybe Walther can bring it back to 1-1, or whether or not Gonzo will win 2-0 to move on to round 2 of the European tournament. Because it's also double elimination, Walther will be knocked down to the lower bracket. So we'll have to, see if that happens or not. Also, another thing I should probably note is that this is on the old patch, so before Back to Hell came out. A lot of the games of this tournament will be on the older patch, but the later games will be on Back to Hell. So we'll see a sort of transition from the old divisions to probably the new divisions. Some of them are pretty damn powerful. I might expect them to see them banned though, so maybe we won't actually see them played after all. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let's talk about what we see going on here. Walther on the top side, he's got recon, some infantry, some rifles, and he's got the AT there. Further down for the town, he's got some recon, he's got some rifles, he's got an AT, that's for the tops or bottom side of the airfield. And this is probably more likely for the town. The Canadian flamethrowers, which I think are only 10 points apiece, and then we have some rifles with those. Then more flamethrowers on the bottom side. Actually, I think he just moved one down here with both the rifles and the command carrier with command infantry. There's also a Ram 2 following up as well, which is quite an expensive purchase, but can deal very well with Gonzo's Panzer 3s if he decides to bring them with 116th. But it looks like on Gonzo's side, he's got the Flam Panzer on the top side, he's got a 232 up here, he's also got some infantry, the Panzer Grenadiers, he's got a Marder 3 for the airfield, AT gun for the town, and also the Panzergrens there. That AT gun hopefully going to find the shot down the main road, that's what he's looking for. And 1 unit of Panzergrens for the bottom side. Storch now brought in once again, and honestly I just really like the use of the Storches from Gonzo. I think the recon planes are a really underutilized part of the game, and seeing them come out here from Gonzo is just really awesome. And I think what he's trying to do is use it to discover if there's any AT guns he needs to worry about, because if there's not, you can see this Flam Panzer 232 combo could rip through any units here. We'll go to Gonzo's perspective. He can't see the infantry in the buildings, but he can definitely see that 6-pounder waiting for him. Sniper scouts have managed to single out the Pak 38. Half-track has been unloaded, so the half-track can then engage the sniper scouts. I believe that's what he's going for there. Marder 3 is getting into the 1,000 meter range of this 6-pounder, but what honestly Gonzo could be doing is fire positioning just to the left of this 6-pounder and start to sort of pin that down. Panzergrens though have been unloaded, and if those continue jumping from hangar to hangar, he can use them to maybe kill off the 6-pounder whilst his half-tracks deal with the enemy infantry. So rifles now being engaged by Panzergrens and half-track combo. And in the bottom side, Gonzo's just putting up a presence there to stop Walther from pushing too much. If we go back to neutral, we can see the command carrier now pushing up. Flamethrower squads are coming in. These are 10 points apiece. 2-star veterancy flamethrower squads. Really nice. Looks like the Flampans there just completely decimated the rifles. and is going to completely decimate the 6-pounder, and that's opened up the top side of the map. 51% territory lead, 52% is going to open up very, very quickly. Spitfire, Mark 9 coming in again. This Storch forcing Walther 2 times in a row to invest in fighters early on to shoot down that recon information. Honestly, if you're going to invest in a Spitfire Mark 9, you've got to do it before your stuff's dead. Otherwise, there's not much point. Because now, Gonzo's just driving them on through. He's broke through with the Flampanzer push. And there's not really much that Walther can do about that. He's got a good position in the town, and his Ram can quite easily deal with any half-tracks he comes up against. But it looks like now this Ram 2 is going to be trying to contest Armada 3. Panzer Grenadiers and half-tracks actually managing to hold back these units quite nicely. Rifle Leader shouldn't be on the front line. That needs to be forced to fall back a bit more. Otherwise he's going to lose it unnecessarily, and there could be like mass surrenders occurring on the bottom side. Spitfire Mark 9's pinning the Armada 3 quite nicely. Ram 2 is pushing up here. We do see reinforcements coming in. AT gun, couple units of rifles just trying to stem the flow of points in favour of Gonzo. He's got a +3 now. This is absolutely devastating. It seems as though Gonzo has a chance to completely surround Walther's units in the town, and this could lead to mass surrender, honestly, if we're not too careful. So now a Flampanzer coming into the town, and with the unreliable Piats being the only thing stopping this Flampanzer, that Flampanzer can do a lot of work. We don't see any Piat squads here. Rifles don't have Piats, and the Rifle Leader, they have to hit the mark, and currently they've been pinned down from the start. Like, Walther allowing those to be pinned is like the worst thing that happened here. And now there's just been a complete surround. This is awesome. Gonzo making a really, really nice play here. Surrounding the town, surrounding Walther's units. Walther just doesn't know what to do. Half-track surrendering everything. Flampanzer's now heading up here. We got Flampanzer coming in from one direction, Flampanzer coming in from the other direction. And most of the rifles are pinned down. Ram 2 hasn't even had to be dealt with yet. 232 is going to be closing off the bottom side. So flamethrower squad down there. These flamethrowers just going to try and hide, I presume. But as soon as this pocket is cleaned up, we're going to see a huge territory lead in favour of Gonzo. Seems like some rifles are going to save the day. Maybe break the pocket free. But the 232 is here and waiting to get a shot onto these rifles. That 232 might be able to just clean up those Bedfords quite nicely. 6-pounder here does have a shot onto the 232. Not anymore though. Panzer Grenadier, Flampanzer still cleaning up rifles. Marder 3 is trying to have a go at this Ram 2. The closer the Ram gets to the Marder 3, the more the Marder 3 will have a chance of actually penetrating, because at max range, the Marder 3 struggles to actually kill the Ram 2. That 6-pounder taking its shot at the Marder 3. That 6-pounder now going for the shot onto the 251-16 Flampanzer. That's going to be driver wounded. Ooh, Pack 38, driver knocked out, crew knocked out. 231's doing a fantastic job. Engine stall onto the Ram 2 as well. 6-pounder is going to be hit from max range by the Marder 3. Flampanzer's coming down onto these rifles, and honestly, there is not going to be much that Walther can do to stop this Flampanzer running his infantry all over. That Pack 38 has all day to kill this Ram 2, and it's showing side armor as well, and Walther surrenders. Holy moly. What an offensive, aggressive play from Gonzo, and it worked out. 6 minutes and 41 seconds. Spectacular display from Gonzo. Even though it was short, it was beautiful, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that impressive display from Gonzo. That was recon aircraft coming in, spotting the 6-pounder, working around that with the Flam Panzer and the 232. We saw the Panzergrenz go down. He just rolled over that top side so hard, used it to enclose on the bottom side units, and it paid off beautiful. He made so much ground, and Walther just couldn't find what he needed to reply. He had nothing to deal with the Marder 3. The Canadians really suffer for that in Phase A. The only thing that you can really do about Marder 3 is strafe it like he was with the Spitfire Mark 9, or bring in artillery to try and pin it down and then approach it with something like a Ram 2. In my opinion, as soon as he saw the mechanized push on the top side, he should have purchased probably a second Ram 2. I'm not sure if you can get a second Ram 2, honestly. I kind of think you can. And that might have been a good idea to sort of stem the flow early on of Gonzo's forces and stop the surround on the bottom side, which was just really, really well played from Gonzo. Cleaning up the infantry there nicely. Bit of a mistake from Walther, though, for letting his leader unit, which is the only unit with AT on that bottom side, get pinned down. That was a big mistake. Took them down to like 2 health under fire from the Panzergrenz in the half track. Really, really bad move, because it does just leave you open to being run down by half tracks after that, and that's exactly what happened. So yeah, fantastic job from Gonzo. The kills were relatively even, only 100 points in it. Kills went over to the Ram 2, cleaning up some half tracks. Spitfire shot down the Storch, of course, and these 6-pounders took out a couple of half tracks as well. Losses, though, you can see that a lot of stuff was lost in terms of availability, but it doesn't cost much. So we saw the sniper scouts die, we saw the rifles die and get surrendered and so on. 6-pounder went down to the Flam Panzer as well. That was on the top side. Just really, really interesting game. And good to see like a interesting short victory. It wasn't like something that Walther necessarily did wrong. It was just a really nice, aggressive play from Gonzo. So fantastic job, Gonzo. Wins the best of 3. We'll move on to round 2 to face the winner of the next best of 3 I'll be casting. And then we will see Walther in the lower bracket round 1, playing up against whoever loses the next game as well. So yeah, you guys will have to wait and see. Sorry, the double elimination's a bit hard to explain. It's much easier to visualize, but it's hard for me to do that because I don't want to show you guys spoilers. So yeah, you guys will just have to work it out in your heads, I guess. But this has been round 1, not the lower bracket round 1, just round 1 of Chickendew's European tournament. First best of 3, won by Gonzo. Fantastic job. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.